All right, how you guys doing? Welcome to another video. This is Hero. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about Project Epoch. Okay, Project Epoch is it's a Classic Plus server that has been in beta and in development for for a while now, and they are actually rolling into their third beta phase coming this Friday the 17th, okay, of November. It's going to go from the 17th of November to the 26th of November. So if you're interested in playing the beta, I definitely recommend it. It's a really interesting Classic Plus server. I've been doing a lot of research on it recently, and they've completely redesigned from the ground up Dead Mines and Wailing Caverns, which is awesome because those are the two first major dungeons that you actually do go into, whether you're Horde or Alliance. Now, not counting Ragefire Chasm, which is, it is a dungeon, but definitely, not on the scale of Dead Mines or, Wailing Caverns. And they have done a lot of, changes to bosses, as well as loot drops and mechanics of enemies in various different dungeons throughout the game, as well as developed some of their own custom dungeons in the game. There's lots of other changes as well, but I'm not going to go through that on this video. What I want to talk about today is how to actually play. If you're interested in playing in the beta, I'm going to show you specifically how to go ahead and install, get started, and then I'll go over really quickly about add-ons. Okay? So the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and head over to the Project Epoch website, okay? And links for everything that I show you today, it will be down below in the description, okay? First thing that I recommend you guys do before you do anything is head over to this Discord button, join Discord. If you have not joined the Discord yet, make sure you do. The community there has been very helpful thus far with all questions that I've had. And so if you guys have any questions about anything that you're doing, if you get stuck on anything, just the community is really very helpful. Okay, so definitely join. The next thing that you want to do is you want to click the button that says how to play. All right, once you click that button, you will be on this page right here that talks about how to play. All right, the very next thing that I recommend that you click on right away is this account management portal, because in order to be able to log in, you actually have to sign up on their portal. So go ahead and click that, and you will be taken to this page here. It's a quick registration page. Put in your information. Make sure you don't put any special characters into the password or else it won't work. And once you set that up, verify with the email that you've given. Just a little, verification email. Click it. It'll say you're verified and you're set to go. Now, after you have gone ahead and signed up with the account management portal, what you want to do is you need to find yourself a 3.3.5 client, Wrath of the Lich King client, in order to go ahead and attach their launcher to. Okay, so Project Epoch is a vanilla Classic Plus server. However, it runs on a Wrath of the Lich King client. A lot of private servers use a Wrath of the Lich King client. Things seem to be a little bit less buggy. It's a lot easier to work with, things like that. So just because it's on a Wrath client does not necessarily mean that you're playing a Wrath server. So keep that in mind. All right. So what you want to do is you want to find yourself a 3.3.5 client. If you have one from different private servers that you've been on, great, you can use that one. Okay, I don't believe that you can use a Blizzard one for Wrath Classic, so you're gonna have to get one. The place I recommend highly that you go ahead and get one is right here on Chromicraft. Okay, and again, the link to this will be down below in the description. What you want right here is you want to get the Chromicraft WoW 3.3.5a client download. Okay, best way I found to do this one is to use a torrent. Okay, it was a lot quicker than even trying to mess with the direct download. When I hit the direct download, it was talking about like 16 hours or something crazy. So the torrent's a lot faster. If you don't have a BitTorrent, you can download one of these. That's exactly what I did. And then once I was done downloading it, I clicked the button there that said torrent. It got me started. I downloaded it. And then it was in my download section of my PC. I went ahead and moved that over to my desktop, okay, which I highly recommend you do. And once you do that, it will look like this. Now, this is a Chromecraft folder. This is what you're going to put on your desktop. And obviously, it will be the folder. This is what it looks like within the folder. But this is what you want, okay? This is where the launcher, the Project Epoch launcher is gonna install into. This is where your add-ons folder is going to be for when, you know, we talk about add-ons in a little bit. This is exactly where I recommend that you put it, just to make it simple. Put it on your desktop. You can always move it after you're done with the process. So let's go ahead and talk about the launcher now. Okay, so back at this page where we were earlier, where it says how to play, this is a point where you want to go ahead and click this button here to download the launcher. Okay, once you go ahead and click that button, you're going to see the launcher is going to essentially look like this. Okay, you're going to go ahead and hit that install button that's right there. And then it's going to look like this, and it's going to ask you to choose a directory. This is where you're going to click this button here that says choose directory. You're going to go to your desktop. You're going to select your Chromecraft, and then you're going to go ahead and hit OK. All right, and it is going to go ahead and install the launcher into that folder. Okay, that's exactly what you want to do. All right, after you've done that, what happened to me is it showed a little green button that said update, just like this. Okay, so I clicked the button that said update, and then it started doing this whole number. All right, it's gonna go through. This is gonna take a little bit of time. It's not gonna take that much time all together from the very beginning to where, you know, you're signing up on the account portal, to, you know, doing a torrent, to downloading that, to, you know, updating all this. I mean, you're probably talking about, I mean, anywhere from like 45 minutes to about an hour and a half, depending on speed. Okay, and the closer that you get to the beta, might take a little bit longer because there's gonna be more people that are gonna be downloading. So the earlier you can do this, the better, for sure. Okay, so after you're done doing this right here, it should look like this. This is essentially what you should get if you did everything correctly, which, if you're following this video, I had no issues, and I am not very, very good at, you know, downloading things and torrents and all. I get really confused easily, and this actually worked out very, very easily for me. I had no issues at all. Okay, so it's gonna look like this, except for obviously the news screen might be something different because it's just a news screen that changes quite often. Okay, so once you're set here, you can go ahead and hit the play button. Okay, and let me go ahead and do that right now and show you. Now, here we are. Okay, here we are. If you did everything right, when you hit the play button, this is what you should get to, except for it's gonna look really ugly. All right. So I actually went ahead and I went into the options and I, you know, made things look a little bit better, because it's going to look like, you know, old school vanilla, you know, early 2000s. It's going to look really bad. So before you freak out, just, you know, accept there's like a little, you know, the privacy policy that you always have to accept before you play, and then go over ahead and hit the options button. Then the first thing you want to go to is to go to video, then you go to resolution, and I don't know what the resolution was set on, I can't remember, but it was some kind of like 720, but it was really bad. Okay, so just go ahead and set it to whatever your monitor uses. I'm on a you know, 1920 by 1080, so I selected that, and then I hit apply, and you know, immediately it looked exactly like this. Okay, I went ahead and changed a couple of other things. I went to sound, mess with these things a little bit. You know, I turned my sound channels all the way up to high, my sound quality all the way up to high. I made sure to hit loop music. I enabled reverb. This is stuff that I did. Okay, you don't necessarily need to do things like this, but that's what I did. Okay, I want things to sound as good as possible and look as good as possible. I also went down, I should have hit windowed mode, so we'll go ahead and do that right now. And then I went to effects. It was over here on custom when I got it, and these things were toggled all over the place. I ticked it over to ultra and everything went high, which is exactly where I want it to be for me. All right. And then again, hit apply, and you should be all set. All right. Let me hit OK. Ooh, I didn't like that window mode at all. Okay, so I put it back. Now, all these little white boxes, this is going to happen whether you're windowed mode or whether you're not in windowed mode. So don't freak out. Just exit. And when you exit back in, it should be fine. See, everything's back to the way I want it to be. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and move on to add-ons. Now, there's a couple different places that you can get add-ons for your base Wrath client for Project Epoch. What I recommend are two different places, okay? I mean, obviously you can go GitHub, but the ones that I use that I think are just really easy, it seems like a lot of people in the community are using these. Number one, obviously Chromicraft. When you scroll down Chromicraft, you're going to click the button that says Fellbite Chromicraft add-ons, okay? Go ahead and click that. And right here, you're going to have a whole ton of add-ons. You can search through, keyword, like let's say Questy right there, right? You can go ahead and hit Questy, and then here you go. You got Questy. Now, this is what you want to look at. It says TBC and vanilla. So when you click Questy, right, and you go to download, it's going to pop this screen right here, which is going to say vanilla or Burning Crusade. I don't want either of those because remember, this is a Wrath client. So Questy is not going to work. So what we want to do is we want to go to Quest, and you want to click Quest Helper, because Quest Helper is the one from Wrath of the Lich King. Then you click that, click Wrath of the Lich King, and you download it. And then you go ahead and put that where I showed you before in your Chromicraft interface add-ons. Extracted that folder, you're set to go. Okay. Now, another great place to get add-ons for this version is Legacy WoW. Okay, and again, links to all this stuff will be in the panels below. Legacy WoW is awesome. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and click your expansion, right? Wrath of the Lich King 3.3.5. We're not on Wrath Classic. We're not on Classic Era. It's Wrath of the Lich King 3.3.5. Remember that, okay? Don't forget, even though you're playing a Vanilla Plus server, it's still the Wrath client that we're dealing with, okay? Now here, again, you can search keywords, or you can do what I did and take my time and just scroll down and just find various different add-ons that you want to use. You'll know specifically if you're getting the right add-on when you click it and it says client version 3.3.5. Okay, now, one thing I want to mention really quickly about add-ons is just because it says 3.3.5, whether you get it from Legacy WoW, whether you get it from, Chromicraft add-ons, or, you're on GitHub, not all add-ons are going to work with Project Epoch, okay? Especially things like, the Quest Helper add-on that I was just talking about a second ago. You got to remember, guys, this is a Classic Plus server. So until, people that are modders, people that make the add-ons, until some people within the community go ahead and start adding the Project Epoch quests into maybe their own questy add-on for people to use, the Quest Helper is really only going to work for the the normal quests, okay? And some add-ons just may not have functionality in Project Epoch, even if they are 3.3.5. So if you find an add-on is not working, the good thing about add-ons is, there's a lot of redundant add-ons on, Legacy WoW and Chromicraft and GitHub that kind of all seem to do the same thing. Just try a different one. Again, there is a hashtag add-ons channel in the Project Epoch Discord. I've had questions. That's actually where I found out about Chromicraft. People have been really very helpful. So if you guys are interested, now's the time to get into it. Project Epoch is a really exciting. It's a server that I'm really very excited about. Like I said, I've been doing research about this, just watching what they did with the Dead Mines, how they redesigned it, watching what they did with Wailing Caverns, and just looking at some of the other custom dungeons that they added. And these are all dungeons. All this stuff fits into the lore seamlessly. Okay, I'm really very excited about this, and I cannot wait to get into the beta and see what it's actually like to play the game. And I hope that I will see you guys there. I do live pretty much daily on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/HeroVision. See you guys on the next one. Take care.